You do not need to have 10,000 followers to have a feed that makes people stop the scroll. We're going to grow an Instagram feed that builds trust, looks intentional, and helps you grow. So whether you're a business owner, a content creator, or you just want your grid to look a little bit less chaotic and a little more strategic, this one's for you. Why your feed matters. Let's be real, we all judge a book by its cover. And on Instagram, your feed is your cover. So it's not just about the aesthetics. A good feed builds trust, helps people to understand what you do, and makes your content bingeable and shareable. If someone lands on your profile and can't figure out what you do within the first 3 seconds, they will leave. How to craft a strategic feed. Number 1 is know your content pillars or your themes. So just pick 2 to 4 main topics that you post about consistently. This just makes your content feel really cohesive. And I just have to say, what you post about is more important than your colors and your filters and your themes. So for creators, you might post about tips, behind the scenes, and testimonial footage. And those would be your 3 content pillars. For brands, you might post a little bit of behind the scenes footage as well, product shots and promotions. And your 3rd pillar might be like day in the life of a business owner, and you'll post like some personal stuff. Number 2 is plan with intention, not perfection. Your audience needs to see a little bit of you and a little bit of what you offer. So just make sure that your posts are strategically planned out so that you're not posting 6 sale posts in a row, trying to make sales, and then you've got 4 behind the scenes in a row. Like space them out. Work out your grid, work out your strategy, work out when you're scheduling these posts so that they line up, that there's a little bit of difference between each post. I feel like I explained that so scattered, but I hope you understand what I mean. The way I like to schedule is to pick a set day for each post. So Monday you might do a reel. It might be like an educational reel. Tuesday might be your behind the scenes footage. Wednesday have a break. Thursday you would post your customer reviews. And Friday you might do a carousel, just for engagement. And then you repeat the same pattern each week. They're pretty easy to plan. You just got to come up with content ideas, which can be a little bit tricky, but I've got tools for that. But just remember when you're planning your posts, you're not aiming for Pinterest perfect. You're aiming for clarity. Number 3 would be vary your post formats. Your grid should include reels, carousels. If you want quotes, if you want to even include memes, that's fine, as long as they align with your brand. If you sell candles, for example, you'll be holding a candle, you'll be making a candle, or you'll be stocking the candles into the shop that you're selling them at, whatever you do with your candles. I don't want to see a video of you on a roller coaster that has nothing to do with your business and nothing to do with your product. Unless you can make it relate somehow. I don't know how a roller coaster and candles can go hand in hand, but you get the gist. Keep it relevant, but give it some variety. And the best part about the different formats is you can repurpose one post into like 13 different formats. Number 4 is use visual consistency. Now, don't overthink this. Pick 2 to 3 colors.
2 to 3 colors. What if I'm using black and white? Does that include in my colors? I've got 3 other colors. Can I use black and white as well? Like, do they count?
Do whatever you want. Just keep it consistent. But yeah, try to stick to 2 to 3 main brand colors. 1 to 2 fonts. You can have a 3rd. I definitely have 3 fonts. And I've definitely tested out a variety of different fonts. You'll see that in my socials that it's a mess between me going, today I feel like doing bubble writing. Kel's MT. No jokes. But seriously, 1 to 2 is enough. You need your header and your body text. That's pretty much all you need. You can have an extra font if you like, just for like little subtitles or little slogans. But that is all you need. I would not do more than 3 fonts. You're just going to start getting a bit hectic. I'm just going to pop a million examples up on the screen of color palettes that you could use for your business, could use for your personal brand. Some of these have got the same sort of colors but in different shades, so it's just not too contrasting. And as for your text, honestly, just use whatever you like as long as it's easy enough to read. You don't want some like ye old England script that is like medieval style and no one can understand and no one can read it, because people will just see it and go, yeah, that's too hard. See you later. Number 5, this is the most important one. Like, I talk about this all the time. It's my favorite point to make. Post with purpose. Every single post that you make should either educate, inspire, entertain, or sell. If it does more than one of these things, even better. This is what helps you grow and convert your followers into actual customers. So those were some pretty basic steps, but they are so important to know. If you're trying to grow your Instagram into a way that actually gets results, not just likes and follows and unfollows, I've put together a free guide to help you grow. The link to my social growth guide is down below if you're interested. It is free. It's only small, but it's packed with post ideas, content structure tips, personal brand, and plenty more stuff to make your feed work for you. But if you're ready to take it to the next level, check out my brand new strategic posting bundle. This one's made for business owners and creators who are done guessing and ready to post with purpose. Anyway, let me know in the comments, what's the one thing you struggle with the most about your feed? Is it the aesthetics? Is it the strategy? Consistency? I'll be giving out advice below, and I'll see you in the next one.